AI governance enters the daily workflow. Fresh moves from the Associated Press and UNESCO show AI governance shifting from abstract principles into the routines of newsrooms, professional training, and everyday verification, where human accountability, provenance, and visible limits matter most. AI governance is becoming less about publishing another set of principles and more about deciding what people must do before an AI-assisted result reaches the public. Two current developments make that shift visible. The Associated Press announced an update to its newsroom standards for artificial intelligence, while UNESCO and LG AI Research launched a free global course designed to help professionals apply the UNESCO recommendation on the ethics of artificial intelligence. One development is rooted in daily editorial judgment, the other in broad professional education. Together, they point to the same destination: operational discipline. The AP announcement matters because journalism turns uncertainty into public claims under deadline pressure. Generative tools can accelerate transcription, translation, summarization, research organization, and the production of drafts, but speed does not transfer responsibility from the newsroom to the model. A credible standard must preserve human editorial control, protect confidential source material, distinguish assistance from authorship, and ensure that facts, quotations, images, and citations survive ordinary verification before publication. That is especially important as fluent systems make weak evidence look finished. A fabricated citation, altered image, or confident summary may be easy to produce and difficult for a rushed reader to detect. The useful dividing line is not simply whether AI touched a piece of work. It is whether the organization can reconstruct how the claim was produced, identify the source material, explain what the system was permitted to do, and show who accepted responsibility for the result. UNESCO's new ethics course approaches the same problem from the training side. The free, globally accessible course on Coursera is intended to help professionals translate UNESCO's AI ethics recommendation into practice. That emphasis on translation matters. Ideas such as fairness, transparency, human oversight, privacy, and accountability become meaningful only when they change a procurement checklist, a data handling rule, a review queue, an escalation path, or the information shown to a user at the moment a decision is made. The broader technology lesson is that policy must travel with the workflow. A rule stored in a document but absent from the tool interface will be forgotten under pressure. Effective systems put provenance beside the answer, label uncertainty before a user acts, restrict sensitive data at ingestion, log material transformations, and require a named human decision at high-impact boundaries. They also make correction easy. When evidence changes, the organization should be able to trace and repair every downstream use. This creates a practical standard for AI agents as well as newsroom tools. An agent that researches, drafts, publishes, or communicates should not be judged only by the quality of its final prose. It should also be judged by whether it consulted current sources, preserved the exact link between claim and evidence, respected permissions, avoided private material, recorded the consequential steps, and verified the live result. Reliability is a property of the entire chain, not a personality trait inferred from a polished answer. For leaders, the immediate task is to convert broad AI values into a small number of testable controls. Define which tasks may be automated, which require disclosure, which data may enter a model, who performs final review, how source evidence is retained, and what triggers a stop or correction. Then test those controls with realistic deadline, ambiguity, and adversarial scenarios. Training should use the same tools and pressures people encounter at work, because governance that functions only in a classroom will not survive production. The important signal from today's developments is not that every institution is converging on identical rules. Different professions will draw different boundaries. The convergence is around responsibility. People and organizations remain accountable for what their AI-assisted systems release into the world. The next phase of trustworthy AI will be built in checklists, interfaces, audit trails, source practices, and trained judgment, the unglamorous machinery that turns principles into dependable behavior. Sources reviewed: the Associated Press, AP updates newsroom standards for artificial intelligence. July 23, 2026, https://www.app.org/. Associated Press, New AP Stylebook features expanded artificial intelligence chapter. 2026. https www.app.org/media-center/press-releases/2026/new-app-features-expanded-artificial-intelligence chapter/. UNESCO and LG AI Research launch Global MOOC on the ethics of AI. July 24, 2026. https www.unesco.org/n/articles/UNESCO-articles/unesco-and-lg-ai-research-launch-global-mooc-ethics-ai